ATCE stands for Authentic Thinking for Creative Evolution, and it is a year-long program to teach what I call authentic thinking. And by the use of authentic thinking, people begin to self-generatively evolve spiritually. And when we talk about spirituality and spiritual evolution, it has 3 or 4 different aspects. And consciousness evolves. And when consciousness evolves holistically, it evolves intellectually, emotionally. Also, it evolves in terms of willpower, and it also evolves in terms of knowledge. So ATCE addresses all those 4 dimensions. So one dimension is the development of intellectual capability and intellectual power. And the method I use, I call authentic thinking. So intellect evolves through deep quest into thinking itself. And the thinking, when you begin to develop the thinking ability, what happens is you become more and more independent thinker. You stop depending on others in the matter of thinking, knowing, and acting. So the direction of the intellectual development lead you to becoming a truly independent individual in the matter of thinking, so that you do not need to depend on any authority for the answers. You have questions, and you have a means and ability to answer any kind of questions you can ask for yourself. So that's number one. And people become true individual intellectually. And second aspect of the evolution is evolution of emotion. And the more you evolve, the more you begin to feel others. And the direction is you begin to feel the joy and the pain of all humanity within yourself. So you become cosmically empathetic with others. So that's the second dimension. So on the one hand, you become more and more individual. And on the other hand, you begin to become more and more whole and embrace the whole of humanity emotionally. And third dimension of evolution, the dimension of will, people usually, don't keep their commitment long enough to make something happen because they cannot sustain the same will for a long time. And once we begin to develop our consciousness and become an individual and feeling human being, you also develop this ability to maintain your own will for a long, long, long time until actually you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And all those 3 dimensions of evolution of consciousness lead to the 4th dimension, which is the dimension of knowledge, that you begin to know yourself and the universe in a most integral and holistic way. You are not going to be knowing part of life and part of the universe, but you begin to know the whole thing wholly. So those are the 4 dimensions of evolution of consciousness, and ATCE addresses all those 4 dimensions. And the final product is a new kind of human being. New kind of human being, which used to be called transhumans. But transhumans are those humans who have actually actualized the possibility inherent in what it means to be human. So you become cosmic individual who can feel the whole and who can achieve whatever it is that he or she is intending to achieve. And in the process, he or she is going to expand knowledge indefinitely. And that is the fundamental purpose of ATCE. Another aspect of this is that, human being that we know today, so far, I call monological people, which means you have only one paradigm, one logic to understand things. So when you encounter a different culture or different kind of thinking, you interpret other form of thought through the filter of your mind and your paradigm. And ATCE, you study many different model of thinking and paradigm as relate to philosophy and spirituality and to a degree science. And you begin to understand very developed form of knowledge and thought, not in terms of your own paradigm, but in terms of the paradigm that you are studying. So you begin to become able to enter into different mode of thinking and other people's mind. So you are no longer interpreting other people's thoughts through your own paradigm, but you can enter into the mind and heart of others and understand and understand that mode of thinking that is presented by others. So as you go along in the study of ATCE 2, 3, and beyond, you study a wide variety of spiritual traditions and philosophical traditions and some scientific traditions. So you not only expand your own knowledge of the universe and self, but also you become agile and capable at entering into different modes of thinking. So that's another element of ATCE. And through this, I intend to create new kind of human being, which I call omnicentric human beings. And you are no longer stuck in one cultural mode of existence, but you become really a cosmic human being.